sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Stephen A. Smith recently spoke about reports suggesting that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have gone through nearly $1.1 billion over time. He pointed out that maintaining such an extravagant lifestyle, combined with heavy spending, could put even one of boxing's richest athletes at real financial risk.
Go to the damn poker table. Don't go to the blackjack table. Don't go to the slot machine, for crying out loud. Even if it's only asking you for $1, don't do it. Stay the hell out of the...
Stephen A. Smith explained that constantly spending on luxury items, high-end properties, and an overly lavish way of living can quickly drain even massive wealth. He noted that without careful money management, the huge earnings from boxing and business deals can disappear much faster than expected.
To make all that money, if you ain't got any of it to keep for yourself, bro, keep your money. Because as great as you are, I got news for you. You ain't gonna be able to perform like that forever. We all get old. Father Time is undefeated. Make sure your wallet's fat when that day comes for you.
Despite earning an enormous fortune, possibly more than any boxer in history, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is still dealing with various financial pressures, including legal issues and outstanding payments. Many believe that his spending habits are a key factor behind these challenges. His lifestyle is far from simple. He is often seen indulging in luxury, whether it's displaying large amounts of cash, collecting expensive watches, or showing off a fleet of high-end cars. Continuously investing in such costly possessions can gradually reduce even the biggest fortunes. Some observers suggest that this pattern may also be one of the reasons he considers stepping back into the ring after retirement.
Like unlimited amount of money, money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like there's all these lawsuits, like he hasn't been paying things and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he got to be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes cool.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is well known for putting his wealth on display, whether it's owning multiple luxury homes or building a collection of high-end cars in the same style and color. His social media is filled with snapshots of expensive purchases and an extravagant lifestyle. However, beyond the flashy image, there appears to be a more complex financial situation underneath.
Everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like crazy.
I mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But, you know, but you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, you know, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even selling my stock.
During a podcast interview, 50 Cent alleged that Floyd Mayweather Jr. once reached out to him seeking financial help.
To help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again. Yeah, I don't have it. I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because it's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up in conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's time.
Got it.
It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a
Before any formal confirmation, 50 Cent had already indicated that Floyd Mayweather Jr. might make a comeback to boxing. He suggested that the decision would likely be driven by financial concerns rather than a true passion to compete again.
Like when you make yourself like we got issues or anger, he's still the best out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money is gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action, right?
Earlier reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has faced major tax-related challenges with the Internal Revenue Service, involving millions in unpaid amounts going back to 2015. These reports have continued to spark discussions about the management of his finances. At the same time, much of the conversation around him focuses on his lavish lifestyle, particularly his extensive car collection. He is known for owning multiple luxury vehicles, often in identical styles and colors. Despite his immense wealth, some believe his tax issues may not be due to intentional misconduct, but rather delayed payments or oversight. Others point out that when dealing with such large earnings, even payments worth tens of millions can still leave a significant remaining balance. This can create confusion about the actual amount owed. Because of this, many describe the situation as complicated rather than deliberately misleading, even though the figures involved are exceptionally high.
Really? He has so many.
He's hilarious.
His spending habits are hilarious. His
I
cars.
love him.
He's got like a whole fleet just in white. He's like, white is right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other 18 colors too, though, man.
Yeah, he does.
Gang of cars.
All matching up.
You owe that money to the IRS. Why don't you just give him a few cars?
Because he went so deep, so
How much does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money that there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash. Hilarious.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built a reputation for owning a massive fleet of luxury cars, with reports suggesting he has purchased over 100 vehicles from a single dealership, often paying the full amount in cash. This highlights his distinctive and high-spending approach to wealth. At the same time, his efforts to generate additional income have occasionally placed him in controversial situations. One notable instance after his retirement involved endorsing a cryptocurrency project that was later labeled as a scam, which drew criticism and raised questions about his role in such promotions.
What I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself. And I believe that it's going to be, another cryptocurrency that's going to be just as large as Bitcoin someday. It's okay. That's no different from Uber and Lyft.
Recent claims suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have received approximately $1 million from an individual connected to a questionable cryptocurrency project in exchange for promoting it. According to these allegations, his public profile was used to draw attention and encourage investment in a digital asset that ultimately offered little to no real value. This situation points to wider concerns about celebrities endorsing uncertain crypto ventures. High-profile promotion can quickly create excitement and attract investors, even when the project lacks a solid foundation. Although details can vary depending on the source, the broader issue highlights a potential risk to relying on celebrity influence in the cryptocurrency space, where hype can build rapidly before a project falls short or collapses.
You were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And
Logan Paul has recently claimed that he is still waiting to be paid by Floyd Mayweather Jr. after their exhibition bout in June 2021. He stated that Mayweather had already negotiated and sold international rights for the fight before its official U.S. promotion. According to Paul, the deal, covering the use of both fighters' names and image rights, was reportedly sold to a company based in Dubai or the Middle East for around $10 million in cash. He says his agreement included a 15% share of that amount, which would be roughly $1.5 million. But he alleges he has not yet received it. Paul also mentioned that the company involved may now be taking legal steps regarding the situation. Given other financial and legal discussions surrounding Mayweather, he expressed doubt about whether he will ever recover the payment he believes he is owed. As of now, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not issued a public response to these claims.
The fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's facing a bunch.
Rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
yeah.
10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot of house.
Wade Plemons has alleged that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has faced difficulties managing his finances after retiring from boxing. He points to what he describes as ongoing legal cases, unpaid debts, and rising legal costs that may have forced a boxing star to rely on or liquidate valuable assets. According to publicly available reports and records, Mayweather has reportedly taken out large loans secured against his real estate properties, and in some cases even his private jet, in order to cover financial obligations. These concerns are also said to involve issues such as foreclosures, property liens, and unpaid bills related to various assets and services.
A house in Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make. Outside of maybe a strip club that no one goes to except you, because that is your vice, gambling and strip.
Some critics argue that while a few of his real estate investments have been profitable, others, such as luxury properties later put back on the market for less than their original purchase price, raise questions about his financial decision-making. Analyst Clemens also suggests that Mayweather's involvement in exhibition bouts, including fights against opponents like John Gotti III, may be driven more by income opportunities than by competitive motivation. This combination of ongoing high spending and attempts to manage financial pressures is often cited as a factor that makes long-term wealth preservation more challenging for him.
Back again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil. And the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back. It's nasty work what he did. But this has been like one of Floyd's MOs, is that he leverages his fight name or his quote unquote assets, and which is what, a lot of wealthy people do. They leverage their assets to take out bigger loans or, whatever. But Floyd does it in such a reckless way that no one ever sees return on it. He just takes money. It isn't a loan, he steals.
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly preparing for an active return to the boxing scene after stepping away from retirement. His comeback is expected to begin with an exhibition bout against former kickboxer Mike Zambides in Athens, Greece, scheduled for June, which is seen as a tune-up fight ahead of bigger events. Following that, he is also anticipated to participate in another high-profile exhibition match, potentially facing boxing legend Mike Tyson, adding further attention to his return in 2026. The highlight of his planned comeback is expected to be a professional rematch with Manny Pacquiao on September 19th at the Sphere in Las Vegas, with the event reportedly set for global streaming on Netflix. Together, these scheduled appearances suggest a strategy focused on major events and global visibility as Mayweather re-enters the spotlight.
Vision's in place. I've talked about this, ad nauseum over the last couple of years, but the fact that we actually get some details on this from Logan is hilarious.
Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That
also, the fact that Logan agreed to 15%, he's got that manager, Jeff, who says, I make the big deals. He got absolutely rinsed on that deal. But also, Graham has some important information about Floyd Mayweather and, again, his, I wouldn't say shady business dealings, but how bad he is with money. Let's keep listening.
Company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's facing a bunch.
Rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way.
Mayweather is reportedly preparing for a highly active year in boxing as he officially comes out of retirement. His return is expected to begin with an exhibition fight in June in Athens, Greece, where he will face former kickboxer Mike Zambides in what is seen as a warm-up bout before bigger events. After that, he is also linked to another major exhibition matchup against boxing legend Mike Tyson, adding even more attention to his comeback plans for 2026. The biggest event of his return is expected to be a professional rematch with Manny Pacquiao on September 19th at the Sphere in Las Vegas, with a fight set to stream live on Netflix. Overall, these scheduled appearances suggest Mayweather is focusing on major global events and maximum exposure as he re-enters the boxing spotlight.
I love the first of all, the fact that he's fighting Mike Tyson. I like that. Why? Because I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. And look, bro, you really can't take it with you. You know what I mean? These guys have an opportunity to be on Netflix and be seen by 40, 50 million people in the fight, in the first fight with Mike Tyson. That's huge. Mike Tyson versus Floyd. I think the highest rated show that has been on television, boxing match that has been in the last, since Ali, probably. Definitely since the days of when ABC was showing things. Over 100 million people watched Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul.
These high-profile fights scheduled for 2026 are being seen by some as a calculated move to maximize revenue beyond traditional pay-per-view models. His team appears to have organized a calendar that includes globally promoted exhibition matches along with a major professional rematch, designed for worldwide streaming on a major platform. This strategy focuses more on media rights, sponsorship deals, and international partnerships rather than relying solely on ticket sales or pay-per-view income. Analysts suggest that this diversified approach could significantly increase earnings by expanding audience reach while lowering financial risk. Some observers also see it as part of a broader shift in how modern combat sports generate revenue, allowing experienced fighters to benefit from global streaming and commercial sponsorship opportunities. If successful, this series of events could help strengthen his financial position and further solidify his status as one of the most commercially successful figures in boxing history.
People, look, there's a lot of money in boxing that comes from Greece. Okay, a lot of money is credited to Saudi Arabia for investing in boxing. I'm telling you and been telling people for a minute now, some of that money's really coming from Greece. So to see Floyd pop up in the middle of these two big mega fights in a fight in Greece, yeah, just call that's just something that makes sense to me. So then you have the fight with Manny Pacquiao, and you know Manny Pacquiao, especially if Floyd Mayweather Jr. looks good against Mike Tyson, and it's an enjoyable event. Man, you can expect even more coming out of that from Floyd Mayweather Jr. if he gets Manny Pacquiao. And the Manny Pacquiao fight, they're making a real fight. You may get a fourth fight out of that. I'm telling you right now, that can make Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s money problems go.
In an earlier interview, Stephen A. Smith suggested that Mayweather's emphasis on wealth has influenced a newer generation of athletes in a negative way. He argued that instead of focusing on boxing greats for their technical ability, footwork, and ring IQ, many upcoming fighters are now more drawn to flashy lifestyles and financial success. Smith believes this shift places entertainment and image above skill and discipline, which he feels takes away from the essence of boxing. In his view, promoting money and luxury over athletic excellence changes the mindset of young fighters, encouraging them to prioritize fame and large paychecks instead of mastering their craft. Though he also noted that this trend risks overshadowing the true spirit of competition and respect for the sport's artistry, replacing it with a stronger focus on hype and earnings rather than greatness.
Businessman in Mayweather, they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch as these athletes marvel at Mayweather.
Do you think this comeback strategy will solve Floyd's financial situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.